Of course, most Americans value the right of free speech, and many Christians have embraced the world of new media to spread the gospel. But a recent study says they may not find that so easy. Paul Strand explains.
The new media platforms of our world, Facebook, Google, Apple, MySpace, all promise a world of much more speech and more democratized. But the National Religious Broadcasters Association warns these platforms could well be the new anti-religious censors of our day. It studied the biggest and says only Twitter hasn't shut up Christians.
It was actually a pattern of anti-Christian censorship that's already occurred among several of them. And then when we looked farther, looked at their written policies, we found out that every one of them, except for Twitter again, they get an A+ from us. The rest of them get failing grades.
Colby May of the American Center for Law and Justice joined with Craig Parshall and others to study the new media platforms for the last year and a half.
There is, in fact, a kind of viewpoint censorship that's going on, and we need to go ahead and stand up and say, stop, not here, don't do it, wrong way, turn around now.
What's getting censored?
Right now it's on the issue of the gay rights agenda.
Apple's App Store has only bumped off 2 apps, and both were from Christian groups that oppose the gay rights agenda.
And you have to ask yourself, well, why just these 2 viewpoints of the hundreds of thousands that you have? And when you get the explanation is, well, some people were ruffled, they felt they were offended by it.
Parshall complains the companies behind these platforms give them
the authority to strip content off whenever other users, for any reason, decide that they don't like the opinions of other users.
Then you're thinking, wait just a minute, we've crossed over into this netherworld of offense is now the justification upon which the rights we have as Americans to fully engage the culture and to debate all issues is going to be decided.
These panelists who came to Washington to discuss the new NRB study urged the Googles, Apples, and Facebooks of the world to instead use the First Amendment as a guide, unfettered free speech.
More speech is better than less speech. Open and robust debate and contending for the things that matter is essential.
Everyone's viewpoint ought to be allowed on these new media platforms.
Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.